Hebrews chapter 10, verse number 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin. 27. But a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. Now, those that believe that once a person receives Jesus Christ, the person is saved, and that salvation is eternal. He is saved always. There's nothing else that can happen that will make that person to lose that salvation. Okay, so they come to this verse and they ignore what the author is saying in this verse. They either ignore it or they misinterpret it. Some say that the author is referring to unbelievers, those that heard the gospel and rejected the gospel. And some others say that is those going back to animal sacrifice. But today I'm going to be showing you two Greek words that destroy their theology forever. Okay, so look at it. It said, for if we sin willfully, after that we've received the knowledge of the truth. I want you to note the word receive. Receive is from the Greek word lambano. And lambano means to take hold of something. To take hold of something. When something is released, you take hold of it. Like in the book of Acts chapter 1, verse number 8, Jesus said, ye shall receive power. That word receive is lambano, meaning you shall take hold of it, right? So that's the Greek word used here by the author, that these people he's talking about, they have received the knowledge of the truth. So the author did not use the Greek word akor. Akor means to hear something, not necessarily hearing and receiving, or hearing and accepting what you heard, believing what you heard, just to hear something. That's the meaning of akor. But lambano goes further. What is heard, you accept it, you receive it. When you receive what you heard, when you accept what you heard, it's called lambano. Are you there? Okay, so that's the word that the author used. Now look at the next word, knowledge, from the Greek word epignosis. Epignosis means complete knowledge, full discernment, accurate knowledge. Are you there? So the author is saying that the person he's talking about has taken hold of complete knowledge, full discernment. He has made it part of himself. Now listen to me, my dear. Epignosis will not be used for an unbeliever. An unbeliever that refused to accept what he heard. How would he receive the complete knowledge, the full import of what is being communicated? There's no way the author will use epignosis for an unbeliever. How is it possible that an unbeliever that refused to receive the gospel has suddenly taken hold of the complete knowledge, the complete recognition, the complete discernment? Full discernment is not possible. That's not what the author is talking about. So the author is actually talking about a believer having received, having taken hold of the full knowledge, discernment of the word of truth, goes on to commit sin willfully. So he's saying that what will happen to that person is what will happen to adversary. So what a person should be expecting is what will happen to the adversaries. Are you with me? Look at the next thing he said. He said, he that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Verse 29. Of how much sort of punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy, who had trodden under foot the Son of God, and had counted the blood of the covenant, wherewith he was sanctified, an unholy thing, and had done despite unto the Spirit of grace. So this person talking about has been sanctified. He said, wherewith he was sanctified. So the person he's talking about has been sanctified by the blood of Jesus. It's not possible for an unbeliever that refused to receive the blood of the covenant to be sanctified by the same blood that he refused to receive. It's when a person receives the blood of the new covenant that he's sanctified by that. Are you there? So that argument is destroyed by these 2 Greek words and by the fact that the author used this phrase, wherewith he was sanctified. Right? Okay. So now the other people say that is going back to animal sacrifice. So if, of course, the author never made reference to anyone going back to animal sacrifice, The context of this Hebrews 10 verse 26 is actually the fact that the author is making a contrast between Aaronic priesthood and that of Jesus Christ. That the Aaronic priesthood observe yearly atonement, yearly sacrifice, but that of Jesus Christ is once for all times. So Jesus Christ is not going back to offer himself again. So he's saying that a person that has come to Jesus Christ expecting that there's going to be animal sacrifice the next year is mistaken, because it's one sacrifice for all time. So those sins that he commits willfully, there is no sacrifice, no more sacrifice for those sins, no yearly sacrifice for those sins. So he's not in any way talking about those going back to animal sacrifice, because he never mentioned that. But okay, let's assume, without conceding, that he's talking about those going back to animal sacrifice. In other words, if a Jew comes to Jesus Christ, having been sanctified by the blood of Jesus Christ, goes back to animal sacrifice, then the once saved always saved that believe that he's talking about animal sacrifice, those going back to animal sacrifice, accept the fact that there is no one saved always saved. Because if those Jews that believe in Jesus Christ, having been sanctified, go back to animal sacrifice, and what they should be expecting after going back to animal sacrifices will be what will happen to the adversaries. So they now by that accept that there is nothing like once saved always saved. In other words, when someone comes to Jesus Christ and goes back to what he used to believe in or what he used to do, that what that person should be expecting is what will happen to the adversary. As simple as that. Do subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Share, like, and comment. God bless you. I will see you again.